Hey guys, it's Mitch, and today we're going to have another episode of Unscripted with Jesus. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a video, and that's because I've actually found me a job. Hallelujah on that one. But today's lesson is going to be starting on apologetics, covering 10 main questions that a lot of people have about Christianity and how it is even plausible. The first being, does God exist? We're going to expound on that one today. The second being, is Jesus the only way to God? The third being, how can a loving God allow pain? That is a very strong question, considering that in today's world, in these times, that there's so much rampant disease, cancers, things like that. How can such a loving God allow those things to happen? The fourth is, does science dispute the Bible? Fifth, how old is the earth? By looking in depth in the Bible, you will actually read and through other manuscripts, and you will find that the Bible will say that the earth is only about 6,000 years old. That's a drastic difference compared to scientific reasoning stating that the year is billions of years old, that the earth is billions of years old. Meaning that it would refute any form of knowledge of the dinosaurs or even the Neanderthal man, and we'll be getting that discussion later. The sixth being, is Christianity a crutch? It can be used as a crutch, but it's not meant to be. The seventh is there proof of a resurrection? 8 being, is the Bible reliable? That is a very strong question a lot of people ask. I believe that it is. Every time I've had an issue, I can refer to the Bible and prayer, and I have found the answer to my issues. Number 9 being, what is intelligent design? That is a real in-depth study. It may take multiple episodes to discuss this, and due to the fact that I have to find more information. But it could be an interesting one. I remember learning this. It was very interesting. And the 10th being, how does God exist? That was my personal question. Meaning, if God created the earth and everything in it, who created God? And how is it even possible that He could exist to create all these things? That is one of those questions that sticks in my head that I may never find the answer to until I get to heaven. Then I can ask Him on my own and personally. Alright, let's get started with the lesson. The main question, first one, is, does God exist? Our answer to this question affects how we view the world and how we behave and what we expect for the future. If God exists, then we are probably accountable to this God. The universe may have meaning and purpose, plus our own existence may not cease at physical death. If God does not exist, however, then we are probably here by chance and are not accountable to some transcendent being. Meaning this life may be all we have, so live your life however you feel fit and enjoy it. Traditionally, there are 4 major arguments for God's existence. The first being the cosmological argument. The second being the theological argument. Third, the ontological argument. And the fourth, the moral law argument. The cosmological argument, the term meaning coming from the word cosmos, meaning world. Now, a lot of us know the word cosmos as meaning the universe, everything in the expanse of the world. In reality, it means just our little world, our little segment of our planet Earth, and everything on it. And why God placed us on this earth, on this specific planet, at the specific time, and for what reasons. The cosmological argument for God's existence goes like this. The world does not exist on its own, so there must be a first cause that brought it into being. That first cause is God. The theological argument is also known as the argument from design. The Greek word telos means purpose or design. The argument goes like this. The universe evidences great complexity or design. Thus, it must have been designed by a great designer, or a god. The argument from design can be likened to a watch. A watch is obviously made by a watchmaker. The world, which is much more complex than a watch, must have been designed by a great or divine watchmaker. This goes with the watchmaker theory that I learned of during my time at Teen Challenge, which is a tale of, say you're walking along in a deserted forest, there's no one there, there's just trees and grass and straw on the ground, twigs, sticks. You're just walking along and you see a pocket watch laying on the ground. You pick up that watch. You look at it. By looking at a watch, you know it's a watch. You're not going to look up into the trees and say, "Where's the watch tree? What tree did this watch fall from? Where did this grow?" No, you're going to automatically know that someone must have walked through here before and lost their watch. In sum, the theological argument asserts that the universe evidences too much complexity to be the product of random chance. The next argument is the ontological argument. This argument is unlike the cosmological argument and the theological argument in that it does not argue from evidence in the natural world. Thus, it is not a cause and effect argument. The ontological argument can be stated in this way. God is the greatest conceivable being. One of the aspects of perfection or greatness is existence. Thus, God exists. Or put another way, the fact that God can be conceived means that he must exist. The argument for God's existence was developed by the 12th century theologian and philosopher Anselm. It is based on Anselm's declaration that God is that which nothing greater can be conceived. The last argument is the moral law argument. It goes like this. Without God, morality would be impossible. There must be a lawgiver, which is God, who originates and stands by moral law, his own law, which he wrote in his book. A universal moral law cannot exist accidentally. There must be a basis behind it, and that basis is God. According to this view, every person is born with an inherent understanding of right and wrong. Everyone, for instance, understands that killing an innocent person is wrong. Everyone understands that helping a drowning person is right. Where did this internal understanding of right and wrong come from? According to adherents of the moral law argument, this understanding comes from God. He puts it into the hearts of every person. Now, some little facts that go along with this, say for the cosmological argument, is the first one is from a video called "Case for a Creator" by Lee Strobel. You can look that up and watch him. The fact that Albert Einstein's findings on the cosmological argument implied that the cosmos was not static. I mean, it was not coherent with scientific terms. If we played the history of the universe backward on a projector, we would see the universe get denser and denser until finally the entire universe was contracted down to a state of infinite density, which marked the beginning of the universe. The theological argument states that the strength of gravity is just one of at least 30 separate finely tuned parameters necessary for a life-sustaining universe. The most popular escape hatch from the universe of fine-tuning is the concept of multiple universes. The science of astrobiology examines the conditions necessary for life. A lot of these discussions have been difficult for a lot of people, but I hope they help you. I will continue these lessons on another date. God bless, and I love you all. Good night.